Welcome back to microeconomics class. So we are still on market structure, particularly perfect computation. So in this class, we'll be discussing short-term equilibrium of a perfectly competitive firm. So in our previous class, we discussed the case of abnormal profits in the short term. In this class, we're talking about whereby a firm makes loss, but the firm still continue the operation. That is loss without shutting down. Okay. So if you want to draw the diagram for that, what will you do? We start as usual. We have outputs. Okay. We have the origin, we have price, slash cost. We draw the demand curve, horizontal D, AR equals MR. Okay. Now we are going to draw the marginal cost to determine the equilibrium. If I draw the marginal cost, this is where MC and MR meet. That represents the equilibrium output. This is the equilibrium price, PE, QE. Okay, this is the equilibrium. Anyway, now, because the firm is making a loss, so average cost will not be below. AR cost is going to be above. So I'm going to draw it this way. Okay, so start from here, we make it above. Average cost is here. Okay, now from here, so you can trace it up. You trace this thing up to, don't forget, you want to know the average cost. At this level of output, we trace this line until we get to AC curve. When you get to AC curve, where you touch AC curve, we trace it down to this side. Okay, so let me represent it with K. Let me represent it with K, that is average cost at this level of output with K. So let me represent this one with L. L. Okay. Now here the firm is making loss, but we don't know whether the firm should shut down or continue the operation. Okay. So the firm will only shut down. The condition for the shutting down of the firm is that when the price of the commodity is less than the minimum point of average variable cost. That is when the price of the commodity, when this P here is less than the average variable cost at minimum, that is when the firm should shut down. Okay, you know this is the price, right? And this is average cost. Okay, if I want to draw a situation whereby the firm will incur loss, but the firm will still continue the operation, the firm will not shut down. So now, how are we going to draw our average variable cost so that the firm will not shut down? That is, we need to draw our average variable cost such that the price will be greater than average variable cost, but the price will be less than average cost. You can see the price is already less than average cost here because P is less than K. But we need the condition number 2. We need the condition number 1, sorry, where the average variable cost will be less than P. In other words, the price will be greater than average variable cost. So I can draw my average variable cost. I will draw it here below the price, so that the price will be above the average variable cost. Look at here. Average variable cost. Okay, so you can see, if I want to know the value of my average variable cost, so I trace where it touches average variable cost up, I trace to this side. Okay, let me name it R. Let me name it R. R represents my average variable cost there. Average variable cost there. Now, you can see that what happens here is that although the price is less than average cost, the price is less than average cost because PE is less than K, price less than average cost. So we expect the firm to be making loss, yes. Because whatever price less than AC, it means that total revenue will be less than total cost. Okay, because when you multiply P by Q, it gives you total revenue. You multiply AC by Q, it gives you total cost. So this also holds, this holds. So although in this diagram we have PE less than K, okay, the firm is making loss. But should the firm shut down? So we cannot conclude until we check average variable cost. look at it, you can see that although the price is less than AC, okay, that is PE is less than K, but the price is greater than ABC. You can see the price is above ABC, that is, here we have PE is greater than R. So in this situation, although the firm is making profit, the firm is making loss, okay, but here the firm is able to recover all its average variable cost. That is, the firm is able to recover all its variable costs at this point at an equilibrium, okay, and part of the fixed cost. The firm, in other words, the firm is covering all its variable cost and part of the fixed cost. Okay, so the firm should continue to operate. The firm will not shut down. So generally, the concern is that if the firm is shut down, the fixed cost is already sunk, it's irrecoverable. We cannot recover the fixed cost, it's already fixed. Okay, say for instance, someone rent a shop, okay, for a year, and because it's making loss after 3 months, although he's able to pay all his workers conveniently and decided to shut down the business, close the shop, and stop coming to the shop. You know, he's going to lose all the money that's paid to the landlord because he cannot go to landlord and reclaim that money. Okay, he rather close the shop and he's going to lose the cost, that is the fixed cost, that is the amount that's paid to the owner of the shop. Okay, so that is why it's advisable for the firm to continue the operation despite the fact that it's making loss in the short run, as long as the firm is able to cover all its variable costs and part of the fixed cost. Okay, so in the next video, we'll be talking about a situation whereby the firm is making loss and we advise the firm to shut down, and the firm will definitely shut down. Thank you. See you in the next video.